What's going on YouTube? It's Buck-the-barber. This is my first official video on my channel, so please bear with me if I'm a little all over the place. Basically, I'm just going to talk about my journey as a barber, what it is that led me here. Talk about if you're a new barber, what to expect. Talk about some tools and tools of the trade and all them kind of things. Sorry if I'm sweating. The air conditioner in my crib took a shit, so I just had to put a new filter in it. You know what I mean? So I doubled up, just waiting on that motherfucker to kick in because it's hot as a motherfucker in here. Anyway, yeah, so barbering, man, I love it, man, for real. It's the biggest passion that I have. It's it's my way of being able to give back to those not only in need, but to those seeking my services. I did a lot of prison time. Majority of it was for drug use in the past, more recent times for weapons charges and things like that. But in order for me to change my life, I needed to find something that I could put the same amount of energy, if not more, into as I did in my previous criminal life. So with cutting hair, it was just addicting. And not only that, the best part about it was to have somebody actually want something from me, and the thing that they are getting from me make them feel better about themselves. It just takes my attitude to a whole nother level, man. It really gives me purpose. And being able to spin that client around and show him the finished product in the mirror and to see the smile on their face, or some people just be like, yo, it looks good, whatever, but that they feeling themselves. So to get that is extremely satisfying to me. So yeah, I started cutting hair young, probably 13, 14, just cutting my friends in my mom's basement, simple little little buzz cut with just a shape up, nothing serious. As I got older and wanted to start learning more into it, that's when it became apparent to me that this is going to be what it was that I do. It really clicked with me in one of my prison stints when I was cutting with just a comb and a razor, a little 10 fades, or taking it down all the way against the grain, with the grain, whatever the case may be. When I had came home from one of the prison bids, I had went to barber school, Premier Barber Institute. Shout out Tyreek Jackson, man, probably the best instructor in the whole entire fucking country, hands down. Going to school made me realize this so much deeper than just buzz cuts and shape ups, man. It's a whole nother ball game, man. Especially I didn't know how to hold a fucking shear, how to hold a comb correctly. Everything I thought I knew or thought I was good at, I was mistaken, extremely mistaken. But thank God to Tyreek and his guidance, man. He really he really gave me some extra attention in school because he knew that this barbering thing is what's going to change my life, man. So halfway into barber school, I wound up getting in trouble again for a gun charge, and I went away for 5 years. So when I came home, I had hours, but I hadn't finished barber school. So being as though I owed the entire tuition still with my student loans, I couldn't really just jump back into school until them loans were caught up on. So I took the route of then going to a barbershop for an apprenticeship. My brother introduced me to these guys at Counterculture Barbershop. Shout out to them guys, man. And they decided to take me in as an apprentice. So it wasn't your normal apprentice role. You go in, sweep hair, kind of stand around and watch. I did some watching, but they knew from some pictures on my Instagram and from the school that I went to that I already had the basis of cutting down. So I was kind of really thrown into the water right away to swim with the sharks. So basically, like I said, my experience with cutting hair was with mostly ethnic. And my white friends that used to get haircuts was just a real a 2, maybe a little 10 fade. So those are the things that I was already kind of good at. The 1.5s with the grain, the little 10 fades and shape ups, I could already had that. But when I went into counterculture, it was a whole different ball game. When you learn the comb overs, when you're really getting your shear work down, when you learn how to shape a haircut, clipper over comb, scissor over comb, texturizing shears, thinning shears, whatever you want to call them. Really getting that barber eye, it's something if you're a new barber, to get into things that you're gonna expect. You're gonna know one day, like when you're gonna start cutting, you're gonna be looking at your cuts, and you're gonna be like, man, you know, comparing them to other barbers. Now, do not get discouraged. Please do not get discouraged. I'm telling you, because it's like, it's just gonna come one day, man. It's gonna come. Like, I just can't explain it. Like, take pictures of your cuts. Take pictures of your cuts, because you're gonna take a picture of it and you're gonna be like, man, that looks trash compared to this dude's cut or that dude's cut. Like, you're gonna see these Instagram barbers and you're gonna think like, man, like, my shit is nowhere near that. But we'll get into the Instagram barber shit later. But anyway, like, you just take pictures of your cuts, because it's gonna help you and it's gonna actually motivate you more down the road, because you're gonna start to see your progress through your own photographs of your haircuts. For real, like, real shit. It's one day it's just gonna click, man. Like, you're gonna be trying all these different techniques, and your cuts might come out choppy instead of blurry, and you know, your lines might not be that sharp. Your shear work might leave the top of the hair looking kind of like, you know, uneven. Like, it's gonna be a bunch of shit that's gonna be obstacles in your way. There's gonna be times where you're gonna finish your haircut and you're gonna feel like the worst motherfucker in the world. You're gonna be like, damn, like, man, I fucked him up. Like, even if you don't really I never fucked anybody up really that bad, because I was always real cautious. If anything, I was more scared to fuck somebody up than just going right in. So I would always kind of leave something like more or less undone, you know what I mean, than fucked up. But still, even with that, like, I was kind of just like, damn, like, man, like, I know main man's mad. I know he's pissed off about his cut. Like, it is what it is. But those are the things that are going to discourage you. But I'm telling you, man, you keep at it, and one day it's gonna click. You're gonna get that barber eye, and you're just gonna see things, bro. You're just gonna, like, you know, you're just gonna know how to attack each and every haircut. And like, for me, we're working in counterculture, man. It's a diverse group of people I get in there. I get the white people who want the hard part of the comb over. I get the, you know, the young kids with the long hair. You know, every barber knows you get the kid that comes in with a foot of hair and he's like, just take about an inch off, and it doesn't even look like you fucking cut anything. You could take 3 inches off and it wouldn't even look like you cut anything. So, like, I get that. I get the curly-headed kids. I get the, you know, I get the ethnic hair with, you know, short with the waves, the afros. I get it all, man. Diverse amount of clientele. So it's like, I'm really, I feel, not to toot my own horn, but a well-trained barber, man. I could cut just about any hair, man. Just about any hair with any tool. So that's definitely something that working in counterculture has, it's definitely sharpened my game as a barber, for real. Because, you know, most of the hood barbershops, you just cutting the same type of people, man. They either Puerto Rican or black, and they all getting, you know, majority of the same haircuts, man. So it's not really that difficult. Any real barber that's been cutting for a while will tell you that it's way easier to fade, cut, and blend ethnic hair, because it's more forgiving. Straight white people hair, man, you make one wrong mistake, you're gonna have to change the whole haircut. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yeah, like I said, man, for you new guys out there, man, don't get discouraged at the messed up haircuts, man. I'm telling you, because like, if you got homies or family members that's gonna ride with you for your support, they're gonna be your canvases, and you're gonna see yourself getting better through them first. Because the more you cut their hair, each and every time you cut it, you're just gonna get faster and better. But as far as just beginning, like, listen, you're gonna watch YouTube videos. Everybody does. I still do to this day to get different techniques. But the biggest and most important thing is, man, is picking a technique and sticking with it until you master it. Don't try this technique and then say, oh, it didn't work for me, and then try another one and try another one and try another one, because then you're just gonna be fucking lost. None of them are gonna work for you because you haven't mastered any of them yet. So in my opinion, the advice that I would give any new barber, the technique that you should use is to fade up and out. This is what I like to call it. So if you start, after you make your ball line and you ball it out with the trimmer, you go in, lever open, right? Make that first section, fade that out. Go in with the half guard open just a little bit, and then halfway, all the way closed, blend that out. And then go with your one guard, all the way open, halfway, blend that out, and then you're 1.5. Because a fade is from a 0 to a 2. You're never going to use, like, that's where the transition in the gradients is between a 0 and a 2. If you want to add another level, you hit them with the full shaver. So, you know, I would wait until you actually get your fade down before you start throwing full shaver in there, because if you're going to get that hard line that the full shaver can leave, if you're not doing it right, it's going to be a pain in the ass and it add 30 minutes to your haircut. You don't want that. So I would just do the fade up and out technique is the best way to learn. And then after you master that, you can start doing the fading downs and all the other kind of techniques that there are. Yeah, man, like, don't be discouraged, man. I know I keep saying it. I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but just don't get discouraged, man. There's going to be a lot of things that that happen throughout your barbering career when you're new that are going to be like, man, am I really doing this for the right reasons? Like, am I really good at this? Like, but when it clicks, man. You're just going to be feeling yourself. But you got to also stay humble. Stay humble, because you're going to start feeling yourself. All your cuts is firing, and then walk somebody who you ain't ever cut before. They might have a weird head shape, and whoop, the cut comes out choppy again. So then you back at your drawing board, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, don't get discouraged, because eventually, man, over time, it's going to come, man. And if anything you guys love cutting hair like I love cutting hair, man, you're going to know there's no better feeling than making somebody smile or often enhancing their image, man. It's just something that words can't even describe, man. So I know I rambled a lot. I know, I probably lost a lot of y'all halfway through this shit, but it is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If I was of any help or of any, like, I don't even know, man, any humor, anything, man, just click that like button. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel so the YouTube algorithm can throw a bunch of you motherfuckers my way. Y'all have a good night, man.